Hey, I'm going to be with you again this morning. Very busy morning for a lot of Pennsylvanians as they head to the polls, but none busier than this man right here, Dr. Mehmet Oz. Busy morning for you. It's been a busy last few weeks. This race has really tightened. How are you feeling on Election Day?
You guys excited? Yeah! That's how I feel. The sun's out. A lot of the work is going to pay off today. The polls look good. Lots of excitement as people walk in. They actually want to ask questions. You know, the first thing you learn in medicine is people want to see you sometimes for some diagnoses, and they don't want to see you so much for other diagnoses. This is a good diagnosis day. I think we'll fare well.
15% of Pennsylvanians were undecided yesterday coming into Election Day. I spoke to many of them. They said, maybe Dr. Oz, I don't know yet. What do you tell those supporters of maybe those folks on the fence for Kathy Barnett, David McCormick, even yourself? They don't know who they're going to vote for, even now going into the afternoon here on Election Day. How do you win those voters over, in particular those MAGA, those America First voters? What do you have to say to undecided voters here in Pennsylvania?
President Trump endorsed me for two big reasons. One, I will win the general. Frankly, that's what we have to focus on. Make sure that we put somebody into the general election who will thrive there. I'm clearly the right person to do that. But the second reality is he said I was smart, I was tough, and I will never let you down. Smart because I understand the issues. I know that the Green New Deal is a lie. I understand we should fire Fauci because of how badly we mismanaged COVID. I get completely that we should not be indoctrinating children with false science, with dishonest narratives around what happens to kids when they hear about sexual issues too young. These are things that scientists can speak to. You got to be smart enough to have that right, but you got to be tough enough in the face of withering blasts from the left in particular to stand your ground. And I've always done that. My whole career is about fighting for Americans who have struggled with insider establishment folks who need to be put back a little bit so you have a little space to be free. And finally, when you go to bed at night, you put your head on that pillow, you got to know the person that you've elected will always do the right thing, will never let you down. And I pledge that.
President Biden is in Buffalo today. Of course, that mass shooting over the weekend, devastating to that community. Now, some in left-wing media are trying to link that shooter with those in the MAGA movement. What do you say to those media members that would do such a thing?
You know, mental health is not a partisan issue. Mental health occurs in Democrats and perhaps in Republicans, happens in all Americans. I have it in my family. You probably do as well. Many listeners and viewers do. We need to take mental health seriously. Stop blaming it on the fact that you happen to like some candidate more than others. That's not the way we get better as Americans. Let's heal the problem.
And lastly, Dr. Oz, energy, such an important issue for all Americans. Driving into Newtown today, $5, $6 gasoline. Pennsylvania, big energy state. If you should be elected here in the Senate in Pennsylvania, what will you do for energy in America? What will you do for energy here in Pennsylvania?
We have more energy under my feet right here in Pennsylvania than we could possibly use in hundreds of years in America. And you sit down at a diner here in Newtown, Bucks County, the woman serving you coffee will know more about energy policy than the Biden administration. And it makes us independent of energy as a nation, that we can actually do what we need to do with our foreign policy. It makes zero sense to believe in the Green New Deal, which is a dishonest narrative. It's not real. Cannot be done in the timeline allotted, and scientifically, it's improbable. What does work is natural gas. I'll give you a number that's going to blow your mind. You ready? You're going to show off tonight at the water cooler as you watch the election returns. If I were to take the natural gas under my feet here in Pennsylvania, and I were to ship it overseas to replace whatever they're burning, it would be the equivalent of electrifying every vehicle in America, plus putting a solar panel on every residential rooftop in America, plus doubling all wind energy. Can you imagine beating that? Isn't that great for the environment? Why isn't everyone on the left clamoring for more natural gas? Because they've been fed a bill of goods that are untrue. I will change that. I know how to make this a nation of plenty again. We've always been a land of plenty, but now we're struggling to find infant formula, and gas prices, to your point, are through the roof. I don't want to choose gas versus vacation. We should have both. I promise to be able to deliver that to you.
Dr. Mehmet Oz, best of luck today. Good luck moving forward.
You guys good? You going in? Yeah. We're taking the beachhead.
We're live here in Pennsylvania. We'll be here live all day right here on Newsmax. Emma?
All right, Mike Carter, thank you very much for that interview, live interview right there. How great was that?